Good morning, YouTube. Spider G back here. It's pretty early in the morning. I'm going to be sharpening this Spiro, Knives Spiro Contour G10. Has 35 yen. Drop point here. I did it on a fixed angle a little while or a long time ago, and the edge is a little crooked at the top here, so what I want to do is straighten out the drop point part. On a fixed angle, sometimes you can get worried about rounding your tip, so you sort of make it almost like a spear point. So I want to go ahead and do it by hand and have the natural drop point curve. I don't know if you can kind of see that. I have my Sharpie there, but from here to here it kind of points out instead of kind of continue rounded to the same point. So but I'm going to try to make this one a little quicker because I want to bring up the angle a little bit and make this a little bit faster. So that's why I put the Sharpie on there. So I want to, this needs a strict on, and I want to go a little, just like that. This is a 325 Sharple, double-sided. The other side, I believe, is the 1000. I do have the 220 and the 600. I bumped the camera. Alright, so sometimes you want to wipe off the bottom here and your table, whatever you have it on, because usually this doesn't move too much, but if it starts to get dusty underneath, it'll slide around, but for the most part it kind of stays still. But this is a brand new stone. I already have a burr, so hopefully this should go pretty quick. And I like the angle I'm at, but I'm sort of reprofiling, so lock everything up, of course. Alright, you can see starting to mold on this side, but until I get to the other side and match that, it's going to continue to look wonky. go, there we go. Alright, let's get toward the hilt. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. So you can see where the drop point is now rounded. Well, I haven't showed you just yet. But let's make sure it's all even. Okay. That's good. Blend it all in. Yeah. Looks good, no convexing or on both sides. Alright, so now we've got the drop point from, we've got burr on this side all the way down, and this one has a little bit more pronounced. You can kind of see the wire because it's sort of reprofiled it to have this continuous drop and not more of a spear look to it. So you can see I raised my angle a little bit, and there is the bottom of the Sharpie there. It's gotten it through here. Just want to do a couple more passes and then I will do the other side. And then once I take it to the 600, it'll clean everything up. Because right now, it's just, you know, it's rough with 325 scratch patterns and a new reprofiled tip. So, and I didn't want to lay it back so it takes incredibly long, and I don't want to have another hour-long video trying to get them low. So I may be hiring my angles to about 20 to 18 on the ones that I sharpen, and then the longer ones will go for my actual EDCs that I need at lower angles. for more slicey cuts. Okay. Okay, so that's enough of that. It's pretty good. Got it all the way around. Kept my tip nice and pointy. It's all the way back at the hill. It's got a great plunge sharpening tool. Alright, so we got the bevel on this side. Let's go ahead and do a forward pass. Alright. Oh, that was nice. I like when it fully transfers over to the other side in one swipe. These are the little things you pick up as a good heat treat when it flips over, and then it just really starts to fatigue it. But we will go ahead and do the same thing on this side. So I'm gonna go straight a little bit and then lift. I think drop points, Warncliffs, and sheep's foot knives blades are very, very simple. You drop point depending on, like if it's like this, you lift, and it's pretty easy to get to. But then you have really round tips where you kind of have to lift higher. So, and I've always been into sheep's foot and Warncliffe, but right now I've been liking big belly knives, and like the porcupine. It's pretty cool. Nice round belly, and then the Kaiser. This isn't part of the belly, but all these new ones with this and single blade type, a hollow grind, the 299 belly. That's the thing I'm into right now. But let's continue with this and not lollygag. Trying to make a video here before everybody wakes up. Let's keep my angle good. And to reprofile, you're not like lifting, you're not like changing anything as far as, you need to keep all you're really doing is just sharpening like normal and lifting like normal. Just because this one was done with the fixed angle, and it made it kind of, it was the mechanics behind it. So all I gotta do is do what I normally do free-handed wise, and it'll naturally come to that drop point, belly to tip. So now looks like I'm getting there pretty good, but I do need to lift a little higher so that way my my point is getting got while maintaining that profile of turning it back into a natural drop point tip. So just do a couple passes of lifting a little bit higher, and then I'll take a look at it. Okay, it's getting got pretty good. I don't know, for some reason, like using my left-handed side here, it always comes out a little better than the right-handed side. Maybe I should start off with this side, and then that way I could see, because I am ambidextrous but right hand dominant, but on certain things I'm left hand dominant, like with sharpening here on certain blade shapes, certain knives, where I could actually feel a little bit more through this hand by going through, by just pulling straight back, lifting my elbow, seeing where it goes. And I'm just using it as a guide, the finger, and at the very end, I may apply a little bit of pressure just to make sure it gets that concaveness instead of any type of convexing at the tip. I don't know if that's what will happen, but I'm trying to prevent anything I need to go back to from the 600 grit. You know, if I see something I didn't get all the way, or if it's just not equal, then I'll need to drop back down and take more steel off. But this is going pretty good. Again, with these sharp balls, they're pretty, I recommend them pretty good, because you can really feel the feedback. I mean, I know Atomas, but I like to change up the different feelings and try different stones. And I have the 220 1200, the 220 600, and the 325,000, and they work fantastic. Got the Atomas, got the tri-way, so I think I'm going to be picking up these nano walls, 3000 grit, and this 6000 grit one on Amazon Prime. Jared had actually recommended it, these over there, but I seen them, and that'll be like my finishing. Well, the 6000 will be like the finishing, and that way I have a good 3000 grit, because I don't really have a good 3000 grit or 2000 grit. I just have these cheap ones that I bought just to try to get to near mirror. That's what most of my knives are, or a lot of the knives are coming to, is near mirror, until I can get a good either resin bonded or something like that. But I get pretty close. I like mirror polish, but not every steel will take them and keep the edge. So I like the cloudy look, just like a nice cloudy finish, to where there's no facets. You don't really see any scratch patterns. Everything is just kind of a matte finish inside that bevel. Okay. Okay. So we've got burr on each side. So we can go ahead and look at this. Now that drop point, you can see now it does not come to a spear. It's like a regular drop point now. Do I have any drop points up here? Well, I got this old pyrite, but you can see the belly of this one, this drop point. I might want to sharpen this one too and get that tip pointy again, but this one's same thing, drop point, but it doesn't come to like an abrupt and then go in and then basically come out spear. It's coming straight and then you're dropping just like it does here. I don't know if that's considered a clip or drop, but either way, the belly is now symmetrical on both sides, And now I just finish up going to the next one, which is the 600, and then we'll make it look all nice and pretty from there. But just want to maintain the tip, have a little bit of straightness, and have the belly go up correctly, and actually be a drop point instead of an obvious mistake of using the guide from the fixed angle to, you know, not worry or worry about rounding your tip, because it's very easy to do that. So sometimes you'll just, without rounding the curve with it, you kind of turn it into like a spear point, and that's usually like a beginning mistake, and I'm guilty of it. I've done a few of them, but I've learned the freehand, and I'm able to reprofile and get it straight again. All right. So now we're on the 600. We'll do a forward pass. Move that burr on the other side. This is where it really kind of becomes fun. That first stone is the one where you hope everything is good, but you can check and see, of course. Now I don't need to go this many passes. I just don't want any type of micro tears or chips or anything like that. Alright, now we can go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and clean up this scratch pattern. Make a 600 scratch pattern. On this one, I'm not putting any real pressure. It wasn't really on the other one either, just in certain parts to make everything even. This one, I'm lighter pressure because I want the burr to come up while maintaining or eliminating the last scratch pattern to this new scratch pattern without having any type of crookedness in the sharpening line, the bevel line. There we go. Feedback on the 600 is wonderful. You don't need a lot of pressure. I'm just gliding across the stone with my finger as a guide, so when I get to the tip, I know I'm getting the tip. So good. Full burr. Looks good. Just a couple more passes. Just want to completely have a new scratch pattern. Looks good. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, you can see that. Let me try to pull it back. Starting to get that matte finish type of deal with a little bit of shine to it. It's got completely across all the way from that end. Zipper right there. Yeah. So it looks good. Just want to excuse my hands, I've been sharpening here. Alright. So let's go ahead and swap over to the other side. Let's do a trailing pass. Alright. Alright, so that's all on the other side. Looks good. Let's go for it. Good. You can see how that's coming out pretty good at the tip. Let me pull it back a little bit. It's looking very nice. It's got this nice sheen to it. I'm going to take it up to 1,000 after this, and we'll just stop right there. There's no need to go. I have higher stones, but they're starting to run out, so I'm just gonna keep it until I get more stones in that, some more higher grit stones. I'm just gonna keep everything at like 1,000 to 1,200 grit, and really just have a, you know, my working good slicey, you know, hair popping sharp, but at 1,000 grit. I don't need a mirror polish at work. I just need a very, very sharp one. I don't really use this one at work too much, but it's a collector of mine, the Ashers, and it's an older one, so just want to make sure it's taken care of. All right, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the 1,000, which is up here. Yes. Oh, yes. All right. So we'll do forward pass on this one. The burr is very minimal at this point. All right. stay on this stone very long. Just gonna finish up this side, then match up the other side, take it to the ceramic, knock off any other burrs, and then just drop it and finish. Alright, that's the 1000. Looks pretty good. Alright, very minimal burr on the other side, but it is there. Even the burr is shining. But it looks wonderful. Alright, so yeah, I'll go ahead and make sure this one is all buttoned up as well. Trying to do this in one take. Hopefully I don't get any interruptions. Usually happens at the very end. My dog will start barking, or somebody will come to the door, or something. So I'm trying to not rush, but rush too. And just make sure I'm locked in. Yeah. I could feel that last pass was like perfect. Okay, so we've got, let me get the back of this real quick. There we go. So that we got the other side matched up. Very minimal burst. We'll take it to the ceramic now. Barely spent any time on that 1000. That was just to, I mean, the knife is already sharp. That's just helping it get sharp, but also, cleaning the burr off. And just one more, another step toward cleaning up your bevel and your scratch patterns, and just making it all the way through the progression. So now this is where you could very easily ruin the whole entire thing. So you want, just no pressure at all. And all I'm doing is flipping it over, flipping the burr over and over with a straw-pin type of passes. I could see the burr being flipped over, fatiguing, and then I'll take it to the strop to knock off any remaining last pieces on the apex or the bevel. There we go. Let me just kind of get these tips because these were reprofiled. So I'm not trying to go over my angle, but the burr at the tip was a little more significant. It's because I reprofiled. Glad I didn't have to reprofile the whole knife. Just the tip part, just from the belly up. Now it's a typical drop point without ruining the belly and bringing it in and having it look wonky. So that's a pretty good reprofiling of the tip. And these would be the last passes. And we'll go ahead and take it to the strops. Now the first one is 1 micron stroppy stuff. I just reapplied the emulsion. And all I'm doing here is literally no pressure, just the weight of the knife. I don't want to round off my apex and destroy my very steep angle that I have, like Outdoors 55 was talking about. I understand that completely. How you could very easily take it to the strop and then almost, widen that degree you have that you tried to put on. And the way you explain those little angle finders that come with like the sharp ball, little magnetic ones, the 14 degree angle is not 14 degree. It's I would consider it just more of a reference, but if you don't have an angle yet, I mean, you could always pick your own angle. And the way they show, there's a few different ways to be able to start off with an angle. Now you could use those, they're good guides, but I wouldn't, rely on it being 14 degree, and because it'll end up, after you're done stropping, it could end up like 20. If it's already at like, you're at a 17, it could bring it up to like a 20 and not be as sharp as you want. And I'm going over a couple times, like a lot with this, but I'm not placing any pressure whatsoever, just the weight of the knife. So there was a little bit of stubborn burrs tip here, but I stay in the angle and I still don't use, I let the diamonds and the emulsion do the job. It's just having my angle there. And if I want to get on the very tip, I could, and you'll feel that. If you can kind of see that, it's kind of pulling me. So I raise the angle just a little bit to get what's on the apex. And you can tell I have something on that apex, but not anymore, because it was strafing the strop, and you could usually tell there's some sort of something that's on that belly, but it's perfect there now. Now we can go to the 0.5 is my favorite, which will clean all this up. Alright, so this is looking beautiful. You can see both sides. It's not near mirror, but it is gleaming, and it is incredibly sharp from there. And then take it to the 0.5 and that'll make it just incredible. I don't need to raise I don't need to do anything other than stay in my angle. No pressure, let the diamonds do the work. Now I know that I need to get my tip when I start to go all the way down, you could actually see that it's getting all the way. We will go ahead and switch over to the side. Make sure I'm in the picture. Okay. There we go. No pressure. You don't want to roll your edge. I think that'll do it right there. Okay, we are done. Okay, let's see. So that was very well done. Reprofiling my tip, resharpening it, making sure all the scratch patterns, because there was some facets in there as well. So now everything is beautifully symmetrical to a drop point. Maintain my tip. And it's a higher angle too, so it's cutting pretty good. I mean, it's not the highest angle, it's about 18, 19, maybe a 20. But yeah, it's came out pretty good. Cutting through this U-line paper, which is very thin. S35vn. I like this steel. I think because I got quite a bit of it. But yeah, that was a good sharpening of the Spiro and crossbar. The S35vn. Clamshell or sandwich construction. Wire clip, contoured with studs. And these, I put these Omega springs are strong. I put them in my Kaiser original too, and it's pretty much got a G10. But yeah, that'll do it. I found this interesting. Please give me a like, sub, comment, and I'll be back with another sharpening or unboxing or disassemblement. But that was the sharpening of the Spiro and crossbar. Alright, have fun, be safe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.